welcome back. So I just wanted to give a little update video here. So the the lock cylinder is done. The brass insert is added and it is trimmed. You have to kind of get in here. It's kind of hard to do because it's angled in. But if you don't do that, the canopy actually hits it when you're trying to close it. So, but yeah. Well, there you go. That's what it does. All that work is just for this. You have to limit it. These linear actuators work like a servo, so you can adjust the endpoints. Because if they're even with the 30 millimeter, excuse me, 30 millimeter throw, it's still too much for what you need, so you have to cut it down. But so that's all the way retracted. It stays into the little brass insert, and then close. You get about, let's see, right about there, and you're at 1800 pulses, so 2200. So you're about 80% travel, so, or maybe even more. So that's all it's doing. And this is a faster one than the Canopy because it doesn't really need torque. Well, the Canopy doesn't either, but I put the higher ratio, which is more torque, but it also slows it down and kind of give it that scale look. But the way I have this set up, those plastic pieces that go around here, these little bands, there's 2 of them. Those are glued in with epoxy, but I can cut those and replace them if I ever need to replace this cylinder. And then underneath it, it has shoe goop, and that keeps it from moving forward and back. I might put a stop down here just in case, because I hit this and it did push it back a little bit, but I don't know if that stuff was dry all the way. But yes, I can put a little stop in the back that I can just break off if I need to keep it from pushing out of the stops. But I mean, there's really not a load on it. The only load is going to be on that, you know, a shearing kind of load on the pin, which that's a steel rod that's about 3 or 4, almost 4 millimeters thick, so you're not snapping that. So, but just wanted to show you guys that. And you kind of see how fast these things work. I mean, these are great for gear doors and things like that. I wish they could, you know, someday get them to the torque and the quality of like a regular servo. That'd be kind of nice, because then you could use these things in places and make them more scale than a servo. But that is that. And so let me unplug this guy, little servo driver here. So that is done. So now the only thing I have to do is put the nose piece back on and make sure I get the hole done. I'm pretty sure it's going to, because the original hole was higher, so I'm going to have to cut a lower hole in the canopy, which is good. That way it'll stay beneath hopefully stays beneath the ply piece that's in there. Last time I had to trim it out, but we'll see. I'll probably still have to trim a little bit, but yeah, so it's not going to line up with the current hole that's there. But I also did this. I made a video. I made a video of all this, mixing up the resin and doing everything, and it just the video was just crap. So I chunked it. But here's what I got. It's pretty much cured. It's still kind of green, so I'm going to leave the peel ply on there for a while. But this is the kind of the mod I did. Based on the first one that cracked in this area, basically right across here. You know, there's already a crack under that bulkhead there from just the manufacturing process, because the bulkhead, I guess, is too big, or the angle is, I don't know why it cracked along that bulkhead, but it did. You know, it basically followed that on both sides, that angle piece right there. So I'm guessing it's just a little oversized. But my other one cracked along here because there's a lot of weight on the tail, you know, between 2 engines, depending on your size of engines and weight, you know, 6 servos, 2 stabs and 2 rudders, all on, you know, aft. you know, from here aft. So it's kind of hanging on the back side of this, and there's really nothing between those bulkheads to keep that crushing effect, which is what happened. What in the world? Okay, all right. Make sure it was just some stuff there, but yeah. And I put those two pieces over there. I mean, they're not connecting anything because there's not a bulkhead there. That's just a piece of, you know, fiberglass that they put to kind of do like a wheel well. But this is the area that it kind of cracked, so I just wanted to kind of beef it up. But this is the main thing, is just kind of giving it a little extra, you know, making it a little bit more rigid in that area. So you could probably even take, you know, use some real lightweight carbon tube or something and run between the two, or some ply, but this should be fine. It worked on the other one, like I said. After I put the carbon in there, it was fine. So, but moving on to the nose here. God, this battery on this camera don't last forever. It's already down almost dead. So that's the little. It's hard to see there, but let me see if I can focus on it there. It's not going to focus. There it goes. Anyways, that little hole is going to be high, so I got to drop it down probably 2 or 3 millimeters, which should keep the pin underneath this wood piece all together, which would be nice. It's under it now, but it's got to come down just a little bit. It might be close. I'll just have to put it on and see how it goes. And then I'll glue in the brass tube on this side, and then it'll be done. And then after that, I'm going to flip it back up, put it back up on the bench, and do what I've been trying to do for a week now, is get that bay painted and get those air cylinders back in so I can get all the air lines ran. And then it's kind of like final assembly at that point. I think I mentioned it in another video. I don't know if it's the one I deleted, but I'm not gonna rattle cannon. I got a little air compressor for a gosh, I can't think today. I'm brain dead. Drank too much last night, I think. Oh my God, airbrush. God, I got a little airbrush, so I'm just gonna get some white acrylic paint and just kind of touch up that bay and just be done with it. Because I mean, half the time I will never even open those, and but I would like to on this one. That's kind of one of the changes that I'm doing. I'm actually going to put 2 valves for the doors versus 1. That way I can open up the little side doors versus the bottom one. Maybe put like a little missile, just put some missiles in on the side just for show or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. It's just, you know, just seems like a waste to put all those doors and stuff in there and never really ever use them. So. But that is it for now. I'm going to go ahead and get this back up on the table, and well, I'm going to put it on the table now, I guess, and start working on that nose. So you guys take it easy. I would do a longer video and kind of show me doing it, but I got to get this thing on charge. So maybe once I get a little charge on it, I'll do like another live video or something. But you guys have a good evening.